Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka the man of many surprises, maybe. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we usually delve into a lot of painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything, and yeah, anything under the sun, as it were. Of course, if you're a first-time viewer, feel free to ask your questions. There are no dumb questions here, so feel free to ask whatever's on your mind, whatever might be troubling you, whatever terminology or whatever, if it's a question about product or technique or what have you, feel free to ask. And of course, if you ask and I don't get to your question right away, a lot of times the monkeys will also help answer your question. And of course, the monkeys are also very knowledgeable folk. They know lots, and a lot of them have been following me for a long time, so they'll know pretty much what my response will be for a lot of these questions, and they're more than happy to answer them as well. And so, let's jump over to a couple comments here. Who's joining us, by the way, here? Who do we have? I know I've seen Sammy C over on Twitch. I've got Ghost of Starman Deluxe at Kris. Technical difficulties? Yeah, there's a couple technical difficulties. It's just I was playing with my encoder, and yeah, it's just it all got messed up on me, and I changed a couple variables. Because normally whenever I'm at home, I'm using OBS. Whenever I'm at the office, I'm using what the heck is that called? XSplit. I used the program for years. Don't even know the name. But anywho, yes. So that is that. And yeah. Todd Shish. Esht. Good morning, Monkey Lord and fellow monkeys. Good morning. Dark Commission. Heidi hi. Hey everyone. Ishyab. Okay, I switched back to YouTube. Aloha, Kris. Aloha, fellow monkeys. What's happening, Sammy? Ghost Starman Deluxe. The stream begins. Hi, monkeys. Ebb and Flow. What's up, everybody? Ben Ellis. The audio is good as the picture. Well, thank you. Eldari Lamborghini. Yo. Is his hair. Yo is his hair. Yo is his hair. Yeah, some of you might have noticed. I got a little bit of a haircut. Some of you might notice. Some of you might be tuning in for the first time and said, you know what? I never even noticed his hair before. So. Chopped? Yeah. Looks like a fade? Yeah, sure. No, not really much of a fade, but still left a little bit on top, not much. And of course, everything else is gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's gone. Like, gone. Ben Ellis, hello, Monkey Lord, hello. John Redcorn, yoy. Clumsy Juggler, hello, everybody. Ghost Starman Deluxe, Kris with a fresh new do. Yes, well, because it's going to get hot this summer. And I imagine plenty of summers yet to come will be get hotter and hotter. And so, might as well. It's been years. And, I was getting kind of tired of the do. Hairs were starting to go all over the place. And just, so it all just came right off. Like, she took the old sheep shears and just cut everything right off. Ishyab. We will also be talking fashion style, nice haircut, and do-up. Puts me to shame. I need a haircut. Derek Luterus, no dumb questions. Challenge accepted. Come on, now. It's not a game. It's not a game who can ask the dumbest questions. King 555, love the haircut. Thank you. Sofa Bear, hey man. Hi, Sofa Bear. Greenleaf Terrain at Kris. You cut your hair. Did you make make executive brushes with your hair, with your cut hair. No, my hair is really kind of thick. I don't think it would make very good hair, good brush hair. Um, I mean, you know, like you get like the hog hair brushes, like for oil painting stuff like that. They're really firm bristles. GW sells one of the brushes. It's a big white haired brush. That's typically hog hair, and that's about the only thing my hair would be good for is hog hair because it's too thick and yeah. Old man Logan, did you put your did your hair get pulled off and stuck in the PC, resulting in technical difficulties? Not quite. No, I'm at home, so it's all Mac at home. Aaron Seach, holy shit! Oh, just holy shit. Sofa Bear sacrifices hair to the monkey shrine. Exactly. All to the monkey shrine. I posted something on Instagram a few days ago, summoning, and so yeah, that's what it was. It was the sacrifice. The sacrifice was needed. Aaron Seach, howdy, Kris and fellow monkeys. Finally back for a live show. Welcome. Ben Ellis, I can't say anything about the hair as I'm follically challenged. Hair is looking good. Time to shed the fur, I guess. Yeah, and it's time. It's been about 15 years since I've had my hair this short, and you know, actually no. Even when I got my haircuts back then, it was still a little bit bushier. It still had a little bit of length to it. I haven't had a haircut like this since high school. Yeah, since I was in high school, I haven't had hair like this. Where it was like I used to keep my hair like buzzed right to the scalp, and then I just left a little bit on top, and then of course I used to let the top just grow right out, and then, you know, the style back in the day. That was the early '90s. Some of you weren't even born then. Cocking 555, Kris, you now look 30. Thank you. Cocking. You're getting something in the mail. I don't know what. You're gonna give me your address and I'm gonna send you a thank you card, man. Old man Logan, hope you made necklace out of it or something. Nope. Traditionally, whenever I do cut, like, cause I've let the hair grow out and I've cut it a few times, and traditionally, we'll bury it, give back to the earth, in a symbolic sense and a spiritual sense, you know, and really I think the kind of mentality to give something back, you know, is something that should be practiced today. We should actually kind of recognize that kind of thing, that, you know, maybe we should be putting stuff back into the earth instead of taking so much, and, you know, at least not giving thanks for all the stuff that we are provided. So yeah, it's a spiritual thing. So yeah, that will be the ceremony. Yeah. I see Cocking sent me a message on Discord. I gotta mute that. Yeah. So anywho, Dark Commission episode 204, Buzz Lightyear. Old man Logan, it looks sharp though. Well, thank you. Much appreciated. And you know, it feels good. It's nice and light. You know. The only thing is though, is the back of my head is really lumpy. You know what? And in the sense of like getting a laugh out of everybody, the back of my head is really lumpy because, you know, I got, like, you know, fat rolls and things like that, right? And I've wanted like a bulldog for a while. I've been wanting a bulldog. If I get another dog anytime soon, I'm probably gonna get a bulldog, English bulldog. And yeah, the back of my head, it feels like an English bulldog. So I might not need a dog anymore. But here, just for the sake of a laugh, see? It's like all lumpy and everything back there. So you guys not too often will get that treat, seeing the back of my head, because, yeah. And actually, I don't even know if there's any big scars or anything back there, but yeah. It almost, you know what? It almost looks like there's a happy face on the back of my head. I'm looking at the video right now, and it almost looks like the bottom looks like almost, you know how like Charlie Brown does like that, you know, kind of mouth? That's what it kind of looks like in the back of my head. That's awful, I know. Where are we here? John Redcorn, Kris, will you ever get into Gunpla? Yes, I know. There's one I've been eyeballing. He's just the standard Gundam. He's the white, red. He's basically primary colors, and he often holds a gun and he's holding a shield, but he's got like the atypical. If you watch Ready Player One, it's that particular Gundam, and so I'm thinking of picking up that one. Because I think it was a 1-2. It wasn't perfect grade. It was below perfect grade. I don't know which one that is. The kit's pretty expensive. It's about $70 Canadian, $80 Canadian. But that's the one I'm thinking about picking up. But yes, I do. I mean, it's on my list, man. I mean, like, dude. I mean, there's so many damn things on my list to do. You know, it's just not enough time in the day, so to speak. Man, where the hell am I in these comments here? Old Man Logan, good hair for dry brushing? Not even for dry brushing, because good dry brushing requires very delicate follicles, and just to gently graze the surface. You don't want a very harsh brush to dry brush. You want a very soft brush to dry brush. So no, even then, dry brushing wouldn't be very good. Aaron Seach, way of the haircut. Holy shit, was the shock when I first tuned in. Old Man Logan, episode 204, having a good hair day. Todd, old man, I like it. Yeah. Greenleaf Green, in my opinion, you still look old as balls. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Kick a man while he's was feeling up. Ben Ellis, 204, hair of high heresy. Nick Dumont, Chris got the summer shave like a husky. Yeah, kind of like a husky. You gotta shave it, you know, just to kind of keep cool. David Vaughn, sup all? What's up? Sofa Bear, episode 204, a shaven new era. I kind of like that. Shaven new era. You win, Sofa Bear. You win for the time being. Let's do it through the titles. And let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Very rarely do we ever get the name of the show so early on, but because I kind of liked how that sounded, the shaven new era. I just kind of like how that sounds. Old Man Logan, very cool custom, giving back to the earth. I agree. Yes, and it's a very old custom. I mean, you know. We do the same thing like when we bury the dead, things like that. We don't bury in caskets. It's usually just kind of wrapped in a blanket, and usually when they're dead, you usually go up high, and usually you let nature take care of the flesh, and then you take the bones, and then you bury the bones. Anywho, and usually you're buried kind of like in a fetal position, usually too. Nick Dumont, Doggo. Evan Flo, you don't let Cocking finish his sentence. You look 30 minutes younger. Yeah, you look 30 minutes younger. Cocking 55. Episode 204, all the Forge World is mostly gone. Really? Just all Forge World's crap's gone? I haven't even kept up on news. I got up early today. I've been, at home drinking coffee. I'm expecting a visitor today. I got my mother coming, so hopefully my mom actually shows up while we're doing the show, because I'll introduce you guys to my mom if she shows up in time. I don't know. Let her say hi to everybody. Sir Peanut Butter, a little late. Chris, looking fresh. Thank you. Dark Commission, episode 204, following a trip to North Korea. Why am I looking a little Kim Jong-un? Maybe I should be an imposter. Maybe I should work as a double agent and just go to Korea, North Korea, and become an imposter. It's a plot. It's a new plot. Anthony B, your hair, what a change. Looks good though. Thank you. Johnny Shop, monkey hair paintbrushes. Yeah, I really wouldn't. My hair would not make a good good paintbrush. Sofa Bear, harder to get lost in the webway or rolls on his head. Joking, of course. Stephen Henry, RX-78 for Gundam, probably. Yeah, I think that's what it probably is. It's the stereotypical Like when you think of Gundam, it's this guy. That's the suit I'm gonna get. I probably pull it up on the browser, but you know, I don't wanna. The Seven Faces 3. Would love to see you do a Gundam series, Kris. Well, maybe I'll have to. Maybe like, because the next thing, like the next project I was planning on doing was, okay, for all the Patreon members out there. Thank you very much, of course. You paid for the haircut. No. For all the Patreon members out there, on the 27th, we're going to begin a new project where we're basically, it's going to be a paint along for all the patrons who support me on Patreon. And basically, we're going to gather every other week, and we're going to do a paint along. Now, the other projects I had on mind for the YouTube channel, just for everybody, of course, was I was going to do show my converting of Wraith Lords, and then probably get into Gundam. There was also another model kit. I was going to play around some of my Star Wars kits and stuff like that, because I still have a bunch of these to put together. So I got Darth Vader's, I got R2-D2, I got the TIE Stalker, I got Y-Wing, TIE Interceptor, and I got C-3PO over there. Got all sorts of stuff. I got all sorts of projects to get to. All sorts of bits and everything like that I gotta get rid of. Anyway. Lord Krabby, sup, party peeps? Sup, Lord Krabby? Samuel Berg, episode 204. Heresy. Heresy. I get jokes. Ishab. Oh, Kris, side topic. You guys talk about the new old show, Cobra Kai. Forgive poor spelling. I watched the free episode 1. Really good. Curious of other thoughts. No, I have not checked that out. I didn't realize that it was a YouTube show. I thought it was like a Netflix, or I thought it was something that was going to come to the theaters, or I didn't even realize it was a new YouTube thing, because it's kind of surprising that that YouTube's taking that step into producing its own content. I mean, everybody's pretty much doing that now, right? Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, they're all creating their own stuff. And yeah, I mean, 20 years down the line, I mean, who's going to be watching TV? Who's going to be watching ABC, Fox? You know what I mean? NBC. Like, are they going to, go bye-bye? Or are they going to adjust and become online platforms? And, you know what I mean? And we don't have to watch TV at specific times. We watch TV whenever we like, right? Because pretty much that's the draw of like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and stuff like that, right? I mean, it's because you watch whenever you want, right? So it's pretty cool, interesting thing to speculate on. Fear School morning. You ready for the new Sigmar? I am ready for new Sigmar. Ready. Ben Ellis, is there any 40K items you have not painted yet but would like to? Oh man, tons, dude, tons. There's tons of stuff. If I could, man, I'd have if I had the focus to sit down and paint everything, yeah, I'd have everything painted, of course. I would have a ginormous Eldar army. Probably get some more Forge World stuff. I still don't even have a Revenant for my Eldar army, the Scout Titan. I still don't even have that guy. I still want one of those. So yeah, that's probably fairly high on my list, actually, of stuff to get, is that Revenant Titan. I still want more Wraith Knights, though. But anyway, Ishab, Kris, if you're going to North Korea thing, does that mean if any of us try to do a similar haircut, you'll have us executed? No. I'm not crazy. Well, not really. Old Man Logan, for the next paint along, let's do one of those Star Wars models. Yeah, possibly. But I mean, we're talking like a ways down the line, because I mean, like the little model that I have, that I advised everybody to kind of go and pick up was, we'll be painting that for a bit, I think, a couple weeks anyway. So yeah, I mean, I'll leave it open. I mean, if everybody says, hey, let's do this, then yeah, maybe, I don't know. Of course, maybe I'll just tell you what I'm going to do, and we'll just do it. I don't know. I don't feel like just telling you what to do. But the reason why I chose the particular model, though, for our paint-along was because a lot of people ask me about flesh and ask me about a lot of fur and blending the two, and you know what I mean? And so I figured it was a good example to cover. And, because, again, I kind of wanted this to be a bit of a painting lesson kind of thing. And so, yeah. Johnny's Chop Shop. Dumb question. What is better for knee pain, Tylenol or ibuprofen? Ibuprofen, I believe, because it reduces swelling. I do believe. King 555. Epic is back. It's called Adeptus Titanicus. It was always Adeptus Titanicus. That actually was the first version of Epic that came out. I used to have the box. Do I have one of the boxes around? I think my Adeptus like. Anyway, I still have some of the sprues of it and everything like that. Where the hell is it? Anyway, it was Adeptus Titanicus, and then the expansion Space Marine came out, and I was introducing all the little Space Marine legions, and then it became. We went from Space Marine to Epic, and then it became Epic 40K. Yeah. The last iteration of Epic was Epic 40K. I'm just trying to remember when the hell it became Epic. Was it Warhammer 40,000 Epic? Man, that was a while ago. But anyway, Adeptus Titanicus was... Oh, and then there was Titan Legions as well. Titan Legions, which introduced the Imperator Titan and the Mega Gargants. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited for it. Man, I'm gonna have to get a set. I'm gonna have to get some of that terrain because I love those buildings and stuff like that. And nothing like playing Epic, you know, with all the little buildings. You know what I mean? And you have look at all the little craters and oh, it's just so much fun. The scale is just so much fun sometimes, you know. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see here. Jumping over on Twitch. George. Oh, Georgie. Sorry, Georgie. Heidi ho. Someone tried to scalp me? No, no one tried to scalp me. Wait, is that an Indian joke? George, is that a racist joke? No, George, I know it's not, of course. It could be, I don't know. George could be a big old racist for all I know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Tavo, hey everybody. Hello, Tavo. Ben Ellis, Epic is on a different scale. Is now anyway. Yeah, exactly. Adeptus Titanicus. Yeah, this is a whole new scale. Those like the Warlord Titan. It's like that big. It's huge. Like the old Warlord Titans are only this big, and this new version is just huge. So even if they were to make an Imperator Titan for this new scale, my God, man, that thing would be like, it'd be the size of like the Revenant Titan or Scout Titan, like the Warhound. It'd be like that size. It would be huge to play Epic on, but it would be freaking cool. It'd be really, really cool. King 555. I have a new technique. Wet to dry. You paint a lot on one segment and then use the rest of the brush to dry brush. Sure. Okay. You end up with like really heavy brush strokes though. But I mean, if you're looking to create a texture, sure. Old Man Logan, correct. Ibuprofen reduces swelling. Ask Dr. Eldari in Discord, and he'll tell you. No, I thought it was Drukari. Drukari's the doctor. Drukari's the... Eldari's the lawyers. I think. I can't remember. No, Eldari's the lawyer. Drukari's the doctor. Aaron Seach, will you make the paint-alongs so that we can play them back later? Planning on becoming a patron, but schedule's kind of crazy right now. Yes, I do plan on recording them. Really just because of that reason. That any present patron supporters who aren't available at that time, they can catch it and still paint along. And of course, anybody who's new can jump in and catch at the beginning and, and catch up and, you know what I mean? And because again, like I said, we're going to do it every other week. So somebody who's brand new and say we went 4 weeks, they could catch up on that 4 weeks and then, catch up with us live. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I am planning on recording them live. They will only be patron viewable, and not like we're going to be talking about secret stuff, but it's just a bit more about the up close and personal kind of tutelage and, yeah, so it'll be more like that. David Vaughn, gotta go, Kris. Digging the new hairdo, bro. Looking smooth, my brother. Thank you. Ben Ellis, old man Logan, you just need a pain boy. Sir Peanut Butter, Titanicus Warlord looks night-sized to me. Gonna be cool. Yeah, it does. The Warlord does almost look like it's night-sized. I was thinking more like that new Primaris Dreadnought, but it actually might be, yeah, closer to an Imperial Knight, which is kind of crazy, but it's kind of cool. I mean, like, because they're upping the scale of 40K, kind of, right? So, but the thing is, though, is like they're kind of like it's like remanaging the scale because I mean, how big you're supposed to imagine those Titans versus the 1-inch models, the 28 mil model versus the large scale model, right? So it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm very excited to see what happens for the future. I'm hoping they continue to support Titanicus and go back into Epic 40,000. That'd be very, very cool. Johnny's Chop Shop, Way of Arthritis, episode 204, Ibuprofen edition. Yeah, because we're all getting old, so we're all getting old. It's a fact of life, man. It's a fact of life. Aaron Seach missed an A in one class by one damn point. Oh, damn. It's a little kick in the arse there. Vasily Shimko, hey everyone. Hello, Dr. Zentos. Hello, monkeys. Hello, Doctor. Old Man Logan. Oh, we're going to be talking about secret stuff. If you're not there, you missed out. Well, it's not like secret stuff, but I mean, it's more about the up close and personal kind of tutelage, right? So it'll be like well when we run into into any kind of trouble or whatever, what might be is tripping you up or something like that we can answer it right then and there. And so what that does is it often allows us to encounter new things, and something while you're painting, you might run into that I might not even have considered, and so we'll be able to answer right then and there. So again, it's the spontaneity of the moment, while we're all working together, and of course, it's also just kind of sitting together and just painting, Dr. Santos, Kris, who beat you up? Nobody beat me up. Just got a haircut. That's all. Ben Ellis, I know the Titanicus Knight is the same size as the standard 40K Marine. Yeah, the Knights, yeah. Samuel Berger, Kris, I plan on painting up my Warhound soon in a pale blue with white. Any advice to painting a behemoth of that scale? If you have an airbrush, awesome. You'll be able to get it done in no time. If you don't have an airbrush, you're still going to get it done in no time as well. You're better off looking. Citadel sells like a 1-inch, or no, it's a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 inch brush. And that'll help with the base coating because it's a nice big broad brush. Just thin your paints out a little bit and you just apply the paint. You don't just kind of slap it on. Be deliberate with your brush strokes. And of course, if you're thinning down your paints, you apply it one way and then apply it the other way and then apply it, you know what I mean? So you get a nice smooth, even coverage. But otherwise, treat it like a normal model. If it helps, if you're doing, because what is he doing? He's doing a Warhound. Yeah, paint them in sections. You know what I mean? But keep a list of your colors that you use so that when you go back and forth and say you don't come back to them for like a week or something like that, you go, oh, what colors did I use again? What did I blend here or highlight with, or what was my mixture? Keep a little diary of what you're doing, what colors you use, where you use them, stuff like that, right? So that when you are working on him, he's consistent, right? So that's really one of the best pieces, especially on a large piece like that. But like a Warhound, yeah, you got that big carapace piece. I would leave that separate, paint that separate. The head separate, the guns separate. The rest of the body separate. The leg, arms, the shin guards and everything like that, paint those separately. Take some shortcuts where you can. Like for example, if you took off the head, the top carapace, the guns, and the shin guards, he's pretty much like a metal armature or a metal skeleton. You could probably spray that all black or prime it black and then hit it with spray it with a metallic spray paint and then just give it a shade wash and you pretty much be done that. And then all you're going to do is those big armor sections and then you just glue them in and then, yeah. So it's really up to you how you want to handle it. I wouldn't bother gluing it all together. I would clean everything, make sure everything fits together, pin anything that needs to be pinned, and then go to painting them. and starting work on them like that. Old Man Logan. Oh yes, super duper secret stuff. Old Man Logan, good time for an email. Eldari and Drukari would concur. Would concur? They would concur. Would concur. What's a would concur? A would concur? Would concur. Yeah, let's do an email. Headphones. Email time. It's email time. This one is from Jacob Benedict. I guess I shouldn't bother with the whole name in there. You know what? Let's move that. Hello, great monkey lord. Here is some pics of my Lord Celestant on Dragoth. He still needs highlighting and base. CNC, welcome. Thanks, Jacob. And so let's click, or wrong thing. Click that, bring that, and let's go to this. Yeah, there we go. And so let's have a look. And so there he is. I like the details, shade washes, the highlights look good. Well, some of the highlights anyway. He still said this is all work in progress though. I like the colors. From here, it looks nice and smooth, even coverage. Of course, we are a little bit ways away from the model, but that's fine. Gold and everything looks good. Color scheme looks good. I assume this is pretty much like how GW describes painting this thing, but then again, I don't know if this is your own color scheme. But either way, thank you, Jacob, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. I look forward to more. I look forward to more. As far as anything concerned, it still looks like you're pretty early in your layouts. Now, from what I can see, it looks like you've laid some good smooth base coverage down, which is good. So you're already off to a really good start. Where you go from there, we'll see, right? How far you take it and how far you go highlights and shades and what have you. We'll see. But otherwise, really nice work. I'm looking forward to another progress report on that one. Thank you, Jacob, for sending that in. That's awesome. And of course, oh geez, my bad. I forgot to. Thank you to Guymere Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Go check him out. He did the jingles that we all know and love, and so I always have to give thanks because he was kind enough to take the time out of his busy day and create some stuff that puts a smile on our faces. Yeah. Okay. So, any other pressing comments? Ben Ellis, the eyes look good on your Age Sigmar model. Yeah, they look good. Dark Commission look okay at a distance. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the photos were a little bit ways away. The first photo was kind of up close, but the rest of them were all kind of far away. So it's kind of hard to see exactly, if his colors are a little heavy or what. But I mean, from what I could see, it looked good. I don't know. I mean, I think some closer ups would actually be very helpful. Just kind of see if he's laying paint down too heavily. But from there, I mean, it didn't look too heavy. So I think he's probably off to a very good start. Old Man Logan, Dragonoth, and Celestant look good. I like the scheme. Yeah, the scheme was good. I don't know if that's a GW scheme or not, but either way, it worked. Samuel Berg looks very nice. Could use some dry brushing to build a texture on a couple areas. Yep. Oh, definitely. Well, I think he was work in progress, so I think he was just saying that was where he was at on that model. And so, I mean, like, I've often tell people, like, if you lay a nice smooth base coat onto the model and you're gonna just play with it, do all the details, lay it all nice and smooth, and then slap the decals on and then play with it, right? Varnish it and play with it. Why not, right? Of course, then you start getting into the shade wash and stuff like that, creating some shadows, creating some highlights, and you start bringing it up a little more, and that's fine too, It all really depends on what kind of what's your end goal here, right? Like, do you want to get your army done, or do you want to start, getting into competition type stuff, or what have you, right? So it's all what's your goals? It really is the question. What's your goal? What do you want out of this hobby? Johnny Chop Shop. Kris, what is the top Star Wars box? The top Star Wars box is the advanced tie. Or, here, okay. So there's no glare. And then I got R2-D2. I got a TIE Striker. I've got C-3PO over there. I've got a TIE Interceptor, and I got a Y-Wing. And then I have another TIE Fighter over there because I want 2 TIE Fighters with the TIE Advanced TIE. You know, just because, right? Yeah. Now there's some kits that are coming out. Oh yeah, the B-Wing. Oh yeah, the B-Wing's supposed to be coming out from Bandai. The B-Wing. I was excited for that. That's gonna be awesome. The B-Wing. Finally, a model kit, like a nice model kit of the B-Wing. So I'm excited for that one. That's supposed to be, I think, August, or something like that. Dark Commission, did you get the email I sent earlier in the week regarding El Greco miniatures? Yes, I did. I believe so. Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure I did. El Greco miniatures. I'm pretty sure I did. Yes, I did. And I checked them out. And they're very cool. I might actually put in an order for a thing or two, actually, from them. Aaron Teach, Kris, are you making the dive into Age of Sigmar finally? I'm thinking so. I'm just kind of, I think I might pick up the big turtle thing from the Ideneth Deepkin. I might pick up that soon enough, just to start painting it, because I have some ideas in my brain that I want to do that turtle. I don't know if I'll do it as a part of mini wargaming, or if I'll do it in my own collection. Kind of hard to say. But yeah, I've already got things in motion to start doing it, so yeah. Derek Luterus, if Dark Elves were a thing, I would do APS. Age of Sigmar. Oh. I guess autocorrect is messing with you. Dr. Xantos, any kits of Star Destroyers yet? No, yeah, the Star Destroyer. Well, there's like Erdl makes a Star Destroyer kit. It's a pretty big kit, but there's one from Russia. It's a Russian company, Zvezda. It's a 1/2700 scale Star Destroyer, and there's LED kits for it too. It's $100 US, which is not bad, and it's like 30 some inches long. It's huge, and it's highly detailed. It's like on par, at least the way people describe it. It's on par with how deep the details are on Bandai kits. This Zvezda kit is like that. It's got those deep cuts and deep details. Looks really sharp, you know what I mean? So check it out. Yeah, he is Zvezda. It's a Russian company anyway. Looks really great. It's really awesome. Shipping's kind of crazy. I think there's a British distributor who's distributing the kit, but otherwise all I've ever seen is direct from sales from Russia, from the Russian Federation. Excuse me. But yeah, that's another kit that's on my list as well. Man, so many things. I should just retire now and just, maybe that's what I should do. I should just retire now, start doing all these kits and start, and just teach people, Maybe I should just, just roam the earth and solve crimes. Semiberg, fellow monkeys, I just picked up an airbrush last week and have now found the terrain is a breeze. Get an airbrush. Vasily Shimko, and there are Daughters of Cain. Yep. Andrew McCall, Kris, did you least turn your hair into a hair giraffe? It and Beard Llama can be besties. Ew, the Beard Llama? No, that's... Last time I seen that Beard Llama, it had some sort of mite crawling through it. I don't know. No thanks. Now, I don't know, because the Beard Llama was made from Dan's beard, and I don't know if Dan had crabs, but yeah. But there's definitely mites crawling through that thing right now. Guaranteed. So, no, it's nasty. Blech. No. Blech. 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 Derek Luterus, not into the sea elf thing? Oh, I like the sea elf thing. Oh, you're not into the sea elf thing. Well, yeah. Vasily. Well, of course I'm spelling, or I'm saying Zvezda wrong. Vasily's Russian. Okay, so next time we're on Discord, Vasily, you're gonna have to tell me how it's properly pronounced, because I've been saying Zvezda, but it's probably something Vezda or something, or probably one syllable or something. I don't know, or it's a couple syllables, but I mean it's yeah. Anyway, Dark Vision. I was using a Star Destroyer for Armada game this week. Flew too slow and it never did anything. Yeah. Old Man Logan, can you post a link in Discord of Zvezda, of the kit? Not right now. I don't have. Actually, I don't think I have Discord on this computer. Do I have Discord? Oh, I do have Discord on this computer. Okay, but I'm not doing it. Not right now, anyway. Ram V, hey monkeys, and hey Kris, hey Nick Dumont. Email while I'm waiting for paint to dry. Yeah, I think we will get to another email. Tavo, question for Kris. Did you build the Creature Caster model you did for the competition some time ago yourself? If so, what was the kit like to build? Oh, it was awesome. I was thoroughly impressed with Creature Caster's kit. And the kit that I bought was an earlier kit from like when they started. It was like the first like generation of kits they were producing, and which is why I kind of wanted it for a long time, because it was I seen that kit and I was like, man, I got to get my hands on that. And then every time I kind of come around, I was like, and then finally it was like, okay, I'm gonna do this piece for Crystal Brush. I'm gonna get this kit because this is something that's been sitting on the back of my brain for a long time that I wanted to do, and I'm gonna do it. And so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it, make it happen. And so I grabbed it and made the vision come true for the most part. And the kit to put together, it was fantastic. Because she had like this torso, and the legs were keyed properly, and when you lined her up properly, it was practically no seam line. And the way the cuts were, they worked with how the cuts look on the model. So like on the elbow joints and like where the crab claw arms or the spider limbs came out of, they plugged into the body right where logically that they would meet. And so like as the carapace was like that. And so like that was your seam line, which was logical because that's where you would think that the creature's arms would bend, right? The head, it was like at the neckline, and so like she had like armor that ran up her neck, and where it stopped and became flesh, that's where the seam line was. It was really well assembled, and it went together no problem. And I was blown away, and I want to get some more Creature Caster kits. I know like Old Man Logan, he went hog wild and bought a whole bunch of kits, and they Creature Caster treated me very well, and so yeah, I want to pick up some more, and I'm excited for more coming out of them, because I got to sit down with them at Adepticon, and they were filling me in on some of their future ideas on what's going to be coming down the pipe. Because I mean, like, they got these fantastic large scale models, but they don't want to be just that. They want to produce like the regular size models, and so there's just more things coming down the line, So they're not going to be just big scale models. They're also going to be doing some smaller stuff as well, which I'm kind of excited to see, because I mean, the designer and the sculptor, I mean, like, fantastic work, like just really mind blowing stuff. It's just awesome work. Like, if you can go out and get yourself a Creature Caster model, you would not be disappointed by it. I don't think so. I can't say so. I mean, like, I only have experience with one model, but I mean, my experience with that one model was fantastic. It was a breeze to put together. It was a breeze to clean up, and so, yeah. I can't say enough good things about Creature Caster. And the dudes I met, like, I talked with the owners, and they were great guys, and, so much love for them. Ramvi, lovely haircut, bro. Well, thank you. Old Man Lewin, don't have to post it now, you goofball. Well, I thought you meant like now, like, I mean, okay, Anyway, Ben Ellis, is it just me, or does the Akelen, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, Akelen? Leviathan, I'll just say Leviathan, because I like that model, the Leviathan. Look like a giant flying monsters in one of the Avenger films. Yeah, I'm sure that was probably an inspiration. That's the big kind of, flying fish thing, right? Because I'm sure that's probably what sparked that off. I'm sure maybe that's what sparked that idea, that these big flying fish things, right? Because I mean, they're wholly organic. The Iden and Deepkin, right? Their whole, like, the fish are just like fully fish-like. They're not roboed up or steampunked up or anything like that, right? They're not, they just have harnesses and, you know what I mean? And the hilarious part, right, is that like that wouldn't have worked 10 years ago in Warhammer Fantasy. That army, you would not have accepted it. It would have been the dumbest thing to ever hit Warhammer Fantasy in a century, kind of thing, right? So, but because of this brand new game and the way it's just free of everything is fantastic, and I think it's great. But yeah, I think so. I think a little bit of inspiration came from Avengers. Selmy Berg, my creature caster was a missculpt, so I'm kind of pissed off at them. Really, that's unfortunate. Which model? Because I mean, like, if you had something that was wrong, contact them, and I'm sure they're more than willing to replace that part for you. Old Man Logan, creature caster models are incredible. Sculpts are off the chain. The chain, man, the chain. Not a rope. They're not off the rope. They're off the chain. And not one of those dinky little chains, like jewelry chains. Like, we're talking like those ones that are like hooked up to like an anchor. You know what I mean? And they got like big things, and you see them, they go across the deck of the ship, and you see sparks flying off. It's those kind of chains. Kubla Khan, howdy ho, every bubble. Every bubble. The Canadian Barbarian, hi Kris. What do you and the monkey think about Age of Sigmar 2.0 and the models? I think it's going to be fantastic. I think Age of Sigmar is just going to get better and better. I suspect 5 years, it'll probably equal Warhammer 40,000. 5 years. I'm saying 5 years. Especially if they keep flushing out the armies and making more units for the armies and stuff like that. They keep flushing it out, and they keep expanding with new and different kind of ideas for it and crazy kind of crap. Yeah, I say 5 years. I say 5 years, Age of Sigmar will be on par with Warhammer 40,000. Which is kind of interesting too, because I mean, like when Warhammer Fantasy came out, and then Warhammer 40,000 came out of that, and they both had identical rule sets. And then as the two got older, the rules started to diverge. And it wasn't until like 3rd edition Warhammer 40k that it was completely different from Warhammer Fantasy. Warhammer Fantasy, the rules became quite bloated. Well, and by 7th edition, 40k became quite bloated. And then it's amazing how Age of Sigmar comes out with a very simplistic rule set, and then 40k comes out and it's a very simplistic rule set, and they're identical. And it's kind of funny how the two have kind of made this path again. So are we going to see that that divergence again? Are we going to see the rules separate and Age of Sigmar become very different from 40k? And so it's very interesting, just kind of following the trends of how things go, and the flow of ideas and stuff like that. Because really, Age of Sigmar is something new for Games Workshop, because it's like, it's inspired. You can see the inspirations for everything, but it's not rooted too heavily in what it was inspired from. You know what I mean? Like it's not like dwarves for fantasy, which were inspired by Tolkien's dwarves, right? But the Slayers, which was a GW idea, became their own concept. It became, the Fire Slayers, and the Overlords, and what I mean. Like the Overlords is another fun one, right? There's these steampunk dwarves, really really fun, great ideas. And I mean, like the Ideneth Deepkin, flying fish things flying around and stuff like that. Why not? Why not? Ghosts now. We're gonna have ghost armies coming flying around and stuff like that next. That's gonna be cool. All these ghosts just kind of, it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited for Age of Sigmar. It's probably going to become quite a big game. And it might, in the end, its success might rival Warhammer 40,000, right? In even Warhammer 40,000, its ideas and its lore is heavily borrowed from other sources, right? And you can see anybody who's really into the sci-fi knows where all the sources for Warhammer 40,000 come from. You know what I mean? Will Warhammer 40,000 go that route? Where GW goes, you know what? Let's change the game. Let's change the universe. Let's make something so that we can completely control all its IP, that nothing is too borrowed, that, can be conflicted. Like Space Marine, right? A Space Marine. They don't own Space Marine, right? So what if they create something that is kind of like the Space Marine, but they don't call it that no more, right? Adeptus Astartes now, right from the start, they always called them Adeptus Astartes. That name's been around since the very beginning of Warhammer 40,000. Adeptus Astartes has always been there. Same with like Adeptus Sororitas, right? They've always been there. And a lot of these names have always been there. So that there is that kind of fallback point for them. And then Space Marines just kind of came about, right? But I wonder, though, if sometime down the line, will they destroy Warhammer 40,000 and remake it, you know, into something new, into a whole new, you know, Age of the Emperor. You know what I mean? Like, I just threw that out there. I mean, like, you know, I'm sure that's actually a very lousy name, but, you know, would they do something like that where the universe just changes? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I'm not privy to those Games Workshop meetings. Dark Commission Nuts Planets has 110 bust scales Cyrene. She's an elf whose flesh turns to fish scales and has shells in her hair. It's beautiful. Interesting. I'll have to check that one out. Nuts Planets, that's the site. Send me the link, Dark Commission. Always, when you guys see this kind of stuff, feel free to send me links to like other sites and model companies and stuff like that. I'm always interested. Always interested. Feel free to send me links. Just don't send me links to anything that's going to, you know, get me in trouble. The Carnadian Barbarian. I just painted a Mushroom Goblin for Age of Sigmar, and he was a fun model. Yeah, that new little guy. Yeah, that's a fun one. Vasily. Well, there was a ghost army in Lord of the Rings. Yes, but it was different though. It wasn't like big crazy spectral ghosts, right? They just kind of look like dudes whose lower halves were disappeared as kind of, you know what I mean? Whereas this new one, I mean, there's crazy spectral things coming off them, and you know, it's big crazy models, right? Which is fun. It's great, you know. Vasily Shimko, 40k needs Exodite army. Space elves on dinosaurs and shit. Sure. Aaron Seach, I think there will be a crossover eventually. Age of Sigmar show up in 40k. I think, excuse me, I think it's easier to have 40k in Age of Sigmar than Age of Sigmar in 40k. Just because the nature of Age of Sigmar, potentially, the universe can be bigger than 40k. Okay? Because in Age of Sigmar, it's dimensions, it's realms. You know what I mean? It's what is a realm? A realm could be the size of a galaxy, right? Smaller, larger, who knows? It's intangible. It's a realm. It's a dimension. You know what I mean? Whereas Warhammer 40,000 is only played within the galaxy. That's the sandbox, just the galaxy, right? So you have a faction like Necrons, which have been around millions of years, yet are they only in this galaxy? Are they only in the Milky Way? They're not in the Andromeda galaxy, you know? Now, the fun part is that Tyranids are supposed to have come from another galaxy, which is kind of cool, because then that kind of speculates that maybe they're even older than, say, Necrons, that they've been just this life form that's, from the beginning of time, just started consuming galaxies and stuff, right? Which is kind of cool. But otherwise, you know, the universe is a big place, and, you know, like, does the warp only extend to the galaxy? You know what I mean? Like, because like in the older lore, they talk about the war in heaven for the Eldar, and the war in heaven, where they say in the beginning, space and the warp were one, and it was the Necrons who separated the two and created the divide between warp space and real space. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they changed the entire universe? Was the old ones and Necrons, was that across the entire universe, that they're warring with each other and they only fought it out really in this one galaxy? Like, you know, it's really quite small and narrow, really. When you think about Warhammer 40,000, it's very, very small. It's very, very small. And really, you know, Age of Sigmar potentially can be huge. It's the background and everything for it could be anything. It's limitless. It's limitless, which is really exciting. Nicholas Allen, Kris, what's that picture over your right shoulder? That's I think it's Marilyn Monroe. It's her shoulder. It's one of those dividers. You know, it's like a room divider. You know, like, you know, you set it up and, you know, get change on your side. You have company and you're like, oh, I'm in my divider. You know, I don't know. I don't even know why it's in here. I actually need more art for my walls and stuff like that. Like, I've got my monitor. It's my older TV, but I use it as a monitor, and you know, I like that. I like having that. You know what I mean? So, just in case people don't know what show they're watching, they can say, "Hey, holy man, I don't think my mom will be here by the time we're done the show." My sister just messaged me and said that they're still like less than an hour away. So, unfortunately, I don't think my mom's gonna get here in time. Oh well. Oh well. It's okay. You guys didn't want to meet her anyway. Cocking 555, email time. It is getting close to email time. Aaron Siege, I could totally see Stormcast Eternals fighting alongside Adeptus Custodes. The common denominator is the warp. Yes. Chaos goes apeshit and the Emperor calls on Sigmar. Sure. Vasily, does Age of Sigmar have a crossover with 40k Marines fighting alongside Stormcast Necrons with simple undead? No, but I mean, the way the rules are, you could. They're not that dissimilar, like, for the rules. I mean, really, like, you kind of, you either play by Age of Sigmar rules or play by 40k rules, where basically, because Age of Sigmar, right, it's like, the unit hits on 3s, versus it's ballistic skill 3, which is a different thing, right? So, you know, different things in that way, in that regards, but, you know, I'm sure somebody out there can make it work. Age of Sigmar fighting, you know, Tyranids or something, right? Canadian Barbarian. Are the monkey miniature ready, or did I miss it? No, I haven't. I haven't even talked to the artist yet. Actually, that's going to come up soon too. That's another one of my freaking projects, man. No, because I want to get rolling. Because like I said, I was after Adepticon that I was going to, you know, try and get moving forward on this project with creating a monkey miniature. And so, yeah. And so basically, I think what the monkey miniature is that I'm probably going to just get the ball rolling on it. And then I think what we'll do is we'll probably do like an Indiegogo or something like that just to complete the project and get, you know, the units produced and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I think that's the way we'll go about it. I don't know. Go Starman Deluxe. I have an opposite problem. Too many posters, not enough walls. Old Man Logan, damn, I wanted to meet Mama Bello. Actually, she doesn't go by Bello, though. That was my father's. And they got divorced like ages ago. Long story. But anyway, yeah, she doesn't go by that. Actually, her last name is, you know, nice and proper Ojibwe sounding last name. So, anyway. Aaron Seach, because Bello is French, right? So, Aaron Seach. Put Matt on it, and I'm sure he can figure it out. Figure what out? The miniatures? Yeah. The first thing he'll tell me is that it's very expensive to get miniatures produced. Because it was. It was very expensive. And when he did Dark Potential, I mean, man, that was ages ago. And, you know, all he wanted to do was create some miniatures. And then he ended up creating a game for it. Excuse me. You know, and so, yeah, and I mean, to keep that going forward was going to cost more money, you know, and so, which is too bad, because I mean, like, you know, it had potential, you know, so, yeah. Anywho, it's email time. Headphones. email time. Email time. So, this is from our good buddy, Old Man Logan. Hi, Kris. Here are a few things that I've been working on since my last email some time ago. I have been experimenting a bit with OSL and feel that I'm improving. but I still have a ways to go before I have it down. First up is the Primal Huntress from Kingdom Death. This is my first KD model and was a good opportunity to work on the flesh. I must admit, I threw it into the sonic cleaner twice in disgust before I settled on the third attempt. Still much to improve on, but I am satisfied with this for now. Second is Luke Skywalker, Star Wars Legion. The more I look at it, the less happy I am with the OSL, but on the table it looks pretty good. Last is a squad of Stormtroopers that I wanted to practice speed painting to a tabletop standard only. They also look good on the table, but I definitely could use a bit more highlighting and some panel recess shading to get them to a higher standard. As always, your comments and suggestions are greatly appreciated. Enjoy the pics. Thanks, Old Man Logan. And so let's have a look at his Kingdom Death model here. Let me change there we go. And so here is his Kingdom Death model. Very, very cool. I like the flesh. I like the separation. I like the colors. Very interesting. I think the fur could have used a bit more of a dry brush just to capture the texture a bit more. The face looks good. I like the highlighting on the face is really good. I like the nice subtle transition down her cheek and everything like that. It almost looks like I'm capturing like a bit of this violet color that's bouncing off the flesh. And I'm liking how that looks because it actually looks very natural. I don't know if that's a trick of the camera or if you did that. Because I mean, like the shadows, like under the breast and everything like that. I mean, could have used like that violet hint in it. You know what I mean? Like some of the shadow points and everything like that. Let's see another picture here. Yeah, see, I don't know if that's a trick of the camera or not. Because I mean, that looks really good. That hint of like that violet in there, that little bit of blue, because it actually gives it a very realistic skin tone. Versus under the breast here, where it feels more just like a brown. Whereas if you had that violet color in there, it actually, you know, feels more realistic here than here. Which is kind of a trick of, and one of the tricky points of working with flesh, which is something, you know, that we'll cover in the Patreon paint-along. But yeah, you're touching upon it here, and again, I don't know if that is a trick of the camera or what. It's bugging me now. But yeah, I think a little bit of dry brushing on the fur, but otherwise everything looks really good. Oh, the OSL on the leg. Okay, nice. Again, it's kind of tough when you're even working with mid-tones. You know, you really need a sharper contrast. Like the fur darker and the leather leggings darker, and you know what I mean? So they really kind of bring out the point of the OSL, right? The base, everything like that. It's really, you know, that's why I'm not a huge fan of OSL, and everybody wants to OSL the hell out of everything. And, you know, I can tell you were really into doing the flesh tones, though, because the flesh tones look really, really good. I like the Luke. Looks good. Hard part, you know, with lightsabers is that they often have that white core to them, right? And so that's often really kind of tricky to how, you know, to kind of create that look, like right from the cinema, you know? But yeah, kind of see some of the points there where yeah. On table though, yeah, I'm sure it looks fantastic. Good colors, right out of the movie. Stormtroopers look fantastic. As far as a bit to try out your speed painting, I'd call this a win. I'd call this a win. Hopefully you log down the time that it took you to get this done, and yeah, so it looks really good. I mean, it's Stormtroopers, right? I mean, like, you know, it's white. It's white and black. I mean, you know, how hard is it, right? So, you know, we're not splitting atoms here when we're painting Stormtroopers. But very, very cool. Awesome work. Thank you, Old Man Logan. Send that in. Awesome stuff. Looks fantastic. And, yeah, great work. I like I said, hopefully, I hope you you kept a log of your efforts. See if there's any crossover, any comments from old man. Yeah, the face looks ace. Yeah, he did a really great job on that face. You did on the face. Okay. You did that and a bit in the glutes as well. Yeah, the OSL look quite natural, but again, with the OSL, you want to create that contrast so that the eye detects that that you're seeing that light. Also, too, when showcasing models that have OSL, showcase them against a darker background, right? Because that picture was against a lighter background, wasn't it? And you showed me the stormtroopers, and they're against a dark background. And I think you know what? Next time you're playing around, take a picture of that same model again on the darker background, and the opinions of stuff might change a bit. Because yeah, because again, it's all about that light dark, right? And I mean, like the OSL against the light background, it just doesn't work, right? But I mean, you know, hard to say. Samuel Berg, these stormtroopers look awesome. Do you want to bring them up a notch and add a thinned down layer of purple shade into the recess? Purple shade, interesting. I would recommend like a color like Dark Reaper, which is kind of this darker, desaturated blue-gray. Thin that down to a shade wash and just do a recess shade on just some of the armor panels and just get the little hints of blue in there. Just keep the armor kind of cool. But of course, if you're going for, say, like more like Tatooine, where they're out in the desert, you know what I mean? You could also add yellow pigment for sand and dust the armor. You know what I mean? And give them that impression too. So I guess really it's all about where you're playing and what your battlefield is, right? Old Man Logan, my picks against a dark background did not come out very well. Might have been the camera settings. Ah, okay. Well, if you need help taking pictures of miniatures, I mean, I've done plenty. This guy right here done plenty. Miniature picture. Frick, I can't even talk. Let's do another email real quick. Where the hell's my browser? There it is. Let's do another email real quick. This one is from Derek Luteris. Last week, I finally managed to paint white to a tabletop standard. Mostly, my problem is white paint never seemed to flow like any other paint. I've tried Vallejo and GW. If you have any tips for airbrush painting white, LOL, I thought I sent this email like 3 weeks ago. Found it in my draft folder. So pissed. Thanks for all the help. The Discord has been amazing. Awesome. So, let's have a look. And let me switch over here. There we go. And so here is the white. And again, when you're dealing with white, like I can see some points here where it looks like, like it's not enough layers. But again, you often run the danger of applying too many layers of paint. The paint becomes too thick, especially when dealing with white, when you're laying it on top of black. Now, in my experience, I've found ceramite white from Citadel to sit on top of black in as little as 2 to 3 coats. Thin coats, of course. And I was thoroughly impressed with ceramite white. It's actually a fairly good white for sitting on top of black. But short of that, prime the model white first, base coat those areas in whatever base coat white you have, and then paint the other areas, whatever other colors they may be, up into including black, so that you're not having so much trouble. And this works even for bright colors as well. If you're going yellows and bright oranges, bright reds, prime it white and build your base coats up from that, and then put in your darker colors. And yeah, you'll find that your life is much better. But otherwise, looks good. I like the transfers. Looks awesome. Again, I can see, it looks like you had a bit of trouble to get that color to stay there. Without running the risk of laying too many layers down. Interesting effect on the sword. Kind of like that. Like the transfer work. Really nice. Nice and clean lines. Very cool. Yeah. Well, thank you, Derek. thank you for sending that in. Hopefully that helps as far as laying down, because oftentimes I've said it many times. You want it bright, you prime it white, right? You want it bright, prime it white. Want it dark, prime it dark. That does not sound as catchy. So anyway, thank you, Derek, for sending that in. Awesome stuff, and I look forward to more of your efforts. War Budgies. Hey everyone, late to the party. Hello, War Budgies. Old Man Logan, who's that guy I don't recognize with the hair? Huh? What? I'm not sure. Old Man Logan, both good suggestions. I was going to do very thinned German gray. Yeah, German gray probably would work too. I don't know. Might be a little too contrasty though. Whereas, like I said, like Dark Reaper, it's even like say like rust gray. Like the light Space Wolf gray. Because you thin them way down to make them a shade wash, right? So, but you don't want to go too thin and you don't want to go too thick. You just want it to sit within the recesses and not change the overall value of the armor too much. Because if you just kind of do it as a broad shade wash over the armor, then you're having to go back with the white and reestablish that, and it's just a pain. And just you know what I mean. Like, why take 2 steps forward, take 1 back? You know what I mean? Like, you always want to kind of just keep moving forward with your steps. And so, yeah. Crap. I'm out of coffee. And kind of forgot what I was doing. Not a coffee. Oh yeah, I need coffee. See, I'm slowing down now. Let's do some more emails because we can. Okay, this is from Nick Dumont. Evening, gentlemen. I have been working on more layering and trying to use wash more deliberately, or not at all. There are time mopping a bunch on is useful, but like dry rushing, I don't to rely heavily on it. Oh, okay, I got you. Yes, like slapping too much onto a model and then having to re-dry brush. First picture is an ogre from Confrontation. Used some washes minimally. The Liberators have no wash on their armor, but some on the cloth. Based the armor in brass scorpion and added a shade and highlights with other brass and golds. Last 2 picks are different projects. Corn Reavers for myself, Dark Eldar for a commission. Gonna give the severed head on the leader some spine and gore so it looks more ripped than cut. Cool. Quickish anecdote. In one of my favorite movies, 13th Warrior, the main character, an Arab, learns the language of the Northern from listening. This happens while they are all drinking around a fire. After this, he refers to everyone as gentlemen. Though I do not think a group of drunken, hardened warriors would call each other that, and there is a mistranslation, to me it is funny to think of what it might really be saying. Interesting. As always, CNC welcome. Thanks for another gentleman, Nick. And so let's have a picture of his Oga. And let me just switch pictures here. There we go. Very nice. Very cool. Nice and clean, like the metals. Said this was a shade wash, I do believe. Like the red. Very interesting. He said there was no shade wash on these guys. It's very cool. Just going for different straight up tones on this. Very, very cool. Nice work on the cloth. A little bit of a boo-boo there. But I think he said you're work in progress though. I do like that you went through and just kind of recessed the shadows and stuff. Very, very interesting. I mean, oftentimes, you don't need a shade wash, right? Because you can always just work with, you know, the mid-tone and then lay the shadows in yourself, or you can always start off with a darker tone and just build the color up. You know, there's always a bunch of different ways to get to the same result. But very nice. Oh, careful those areas. Looks good. I think I'd go with a different color for the hammer. Metals or something solid or something like that. Same with like the inside shoulder guards. Maybe even like a purple on those points. Ooh, very cool. Very nice, like the flesh. And so you're gonna have like a spinal column and have more gore dripping down. Just have. Now remember too, when you're doing gore, less is more. Okay. I know it's a lot of fun to have like these axes just dripping with blood, but you know what I mean. Like less is more oftentimes. Dark elves, dark Eldar. Very nice. Look clean. Interesting color scheme. That's what, like, Incubi Darkness with gold? Is that what that is? Looks very interesting. But again, looks nice and clean. I like it. Looks good. And thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Yeah, as far as any kind of comments and such, just, you know, be mindful of your areas. You know, I see a couple areas you kind of nicked in some areas. Like the ogre from the beginning. You know, I can kind of see some mold lines, stuff like that, but that's kind of nitpicky. I don't know if you're building towards, you know, wanting to get into the more competition type standard painting, or, you know, if you're just looking for tournaments and stuff like that, or if you're just looking to do the absolute best that you can possibly do. At any rate, be mindful of those things, you know, mold lines and stuff like that, and, you know, and really getting into your miniatures and such. Oh. I think my mom might be here. I think she might be here. Anywho, who was that? Nick? Nick was that one? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, again, thank you for the email, Nick. And I look forward to seeing more. Where else am I? War Budgies. Hey, everyone. Oh, I already seen read that one. Caffeine is the fuel of life, my friend. Yes, it is. It is the fuel of life. It is the fuel of life. Is Ma here?
Yeah. She's just moving the car.
Okay. If she wants to come down here and say hi, she can.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell her when she gets back in the house.
Okay. Just my mom. I don't want anybody else. Dark Commission. If doing OSL, a white light wouldn't cast white paint on an object, but would just brighten the original color. Would yellow light on red paint make an orange? Typically, kind of, right? I mean, like, we've all seen streetlights where they cast an orange din over everything, right? And so have you ever seen, like, a blue car under an orange light? It almost looks black. Like, you can't see the blue, right? And so these are the kind of things that really we should be paying attention to when we are creating OSL. And that's why OSL, from some of the really masterful painters out there, you know, it has that realistic quality to it, you know. And yeah, you're right. Would firelight cast an orange light, a yellow light, a white light? You know, how bright does it burn? You know, so yeah. Nick Dumas, I swear those mold lines are invisible to me until I get paint on them. And same with me. And it happens to me too. I mean, like, you know.
I love your hair.
Come on in.
Nice to see you.
Here, everybody. Here, you guys scooch down. This is my sister.
Hi.
This is Celeste. This is everybody who's.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. Yeah. They're here visiting, and so we're gonna do touristy stuff and stuff like that. And where's Mom?
She went to go move the car.
Oh, not that it's not just great to see her or anything, but
I don't know where she is.
No.
You know, she's not that good at driving.
So yeah, that's the baby sister. My mom. No, it wasn't my mom. Ben, hello, mom. Kris' mom. No, it's not my mom. It's my sister. My mom will be here in a
I'm
moment.
definitely not your mom.
No.
That would be crazy.
Crazy?
That would be crazy.
That'd be cray.
To be able to walk.
Yeah. So yeah, the mold lines and stuff like that. Yeah, it's you know, it happens to me. You know, sometimes you know, it's just an oversight. Sometimes because I mean, like, it all depends on like what you're doing, right? If you're gonna do it for a competition piece, sometimes like the best thing is like say if you're going to go for a competition piece, you're cleaning off mold lines, and then you see and then you lay the primer down, lay a light primer down. Oftentimes the light gray is the best, and it allows you to see any of those points that you missed or uneven spaces and such. And so you come back in and you sand those and then reprime it.
Hello.
Hi. Here, everybody. This is my mom, Jerry.
Hello.
Yeah, see. Everybody's in there. Is she single?
It's my.
Yeah.
She's single.
Is she single?
You're single, Mom?
Yeah, well, she is.
Nice hair.
Hey, you like the hair?
I
Yep.
love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's been a long time since it's been like this, eh?
Uh-huh.
Not since high school. Yeah. So, anybody have any kind of legit kind of question for my mother? Not something crude. Ghost Starman Deluxe. I was going to say she looked a little young to be your mom. No, that was my sister. This is my mother. That's my sister. There you
Maybe
go.
they were complimenting grandma.
They are complimenting grandma.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aww.
So we're saying hello. We're saying hi, mom. Hi, Kris's mom. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm just. I'll be wrapping up here in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Thank you. Old man Lagoon. You have a beautiful family. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's good genes. It's good, that's all I can say. It's just good genes. Dark Commission, I retracted, but then everyone saw it. Oops. Yeah. I know. And you know. I know. G squared. Mom looks young too. Yeah, my mom was young when she had me. I had young parents, so yeah. Nick Dumont. Hey Kris, mom did a great job with your boy. Hope he was not too much of a pain in the ass. I was a pain in the ass. I was not a good kid actually. Not until I actually became kind of a man. I can't really see that with a straight face because I mean my day job is playing with toys all day and everything like that and painting miniatures, and you know it's not very manly kind of thing to do. And you know what I mean it's not until I became a man that you know what I mean. And here I am painting miniatures. But yeah, I think you guys get my point. Anyway, Vasily, so no Discord today? No, we're not gonna be doing any Discord today. I'm sorry. I mean you guys feel free to jump on Discord. If I have time later on, I might jump on later on. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna be pretty busy this weekend. It's also a Canadian holiday over here. Well, I think it's American holiday as well. It's Victoria Day, I think it is. Queen Victoria Day? I don't know. I don't know why we're still celebrating a queen when it's an independent country, but yeah, we're celebrating a queen on this weekend, so. Old Man Logan, how did you put up with him as a kid, and is he a good big brother? Sorry, yeah, they already took off there at that point, yeah. Sigmund, hi, Mom. Yeah, so I'm probably going to be doing some touristy stuff this weekend and, you know, show Mom the sights. And, you know, it's not her first time here. She's been here before. But, yeah. Yeah. Because also, too, it's my boy's birthday. So we're celebrating my boy's birthday this weekend as well. He turns a massive 22. So, yeah. Oh, Memorial Day's on the 20th. I thought it was this weekend too. I thought it was like in Canada it's Victoria Day, but I thought on the American side it was also some other holiday as well. Oops. I think. Oh, okay. Vasily, you celebrate because people like holidays. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, people like holidays. It's the day off. Come on. Of course, Monday off? Come on. Come on. Gonna take that off. Relax. Hell, we started the weekend off good last night. We were over at our friends, had a barbecue, sat down with a fire, drank some beers, had barbecue. Kicking the spring off just right there. Old man Logan, it is a manly man who can stay in touch with a child inside and play with toys all day. Yeah, okay. I'll buy that. Coincidentally, there's also a royal wedding going on in England today. Yeah, who cares? Who cares about royalty? Oliver Pedersen, how much hair have you lost? I took off everything, dude. Took off everything. And this is just, it's only about, I think the hairstylist said is about 2 inches long. So, yeah. War budgies. What Welland touristy stuff? Is that Niagara Falls bit or more local? Yeah, it's Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Because we're in the Niagara region. This whole area of Ontario, they call it the Niagara region. But I mean, there's lots to see around here. There's lots of historical, you know, because I mean, like obviously during the war of independence, I mean, the British, you know, were held to this side of the Great Lakes and everything like that. And so, you know, a lot of history around here because there's a couple forts, there's a couple famous battlegrounds. Anywho. Of course, you know, well, there's one that was Chippewa Battlefield. Chippewa. Anyway, Americans know us as Chippewas. We're Ojibwe, but Americans know us as Chippewas, and apparently Southern Canadians know us as Chippewas as well. They always want to have different names for us. I don't know why. Oliver Pedersen, why? Why what? Why the haircut? Oh, just change, dude. Change, man. You know, you got to reinvent yourself every once in a while. You got to reinvigorate and re-inspire and recollect everything. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. I don't know, but I don't know. It could be. I mean, I don't know. Kubla Khan, I care about the royal wedding. It's part of our history and culture. Without royal families, Warhammer would look much different. Sure. But I mean, the world would be very different anyway. I mean, you know, I'm afraid I have to adopt more of an American type mindset, or at least a more traditional type American type mindset that, you know, no, you don't need royalty. And also to the French were also like first Europeans to start getting rid of the royalty. So, or at least in the last couple centuries anyway. And I have to agree with it, you know. I mean, I know English, you know, they're proud of their royal heritage, but something about freedom, the freedom of the individual, you know. No man, I am my own king. I am sovereign unto myself. And, you know, if I was a serf or a servant or a subject under a crown, where that person holds dominion over me, interfering with my freedom, my right to life, to my pursuit of happiness, you know? No, I'm sorry, but I'd have to adopt a very North American thought process on that. That, yeah, royalties, it's no good. You know, I mean, it's often claimed under divinity that they're royal. Like what? And you know, that's probably in part too a form of racism. You know, that their blood is superior to anybody else's. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's inherently wrong. You know? No, it's wrong. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on royalty anyway. So do I give a shit that there's a wedding today? Not even the slightest. It didn't even show up on my radar. I saw something a couple days ago show up on my Facebook. I ignored it. Aaron Seach, I stopped giving a crap about the Royals in 1791. Yeah, exactly. I like I said, it's a very North American thing. I would have to agree with the brothers to the south of the border, the Americans, that, yeah, you don't need royalty. You don't need royalty. Ishab. Don't be sorry at all, Kris. Down with tyrants. Yeah. Oh, man. Ben Ellis. I'm in the Royal Navy, but to be honest, we don't need the royal family. A gentleman's castle is his bar stool. Yes, I know. And I'm not... Anybody who proudly serves their king or queen, good for you. You know what I mean? Because that also says something as well. You know? Because oftentimes, you know, you feel like you're part of something bigger. But I mean, that level of dedication, I've seen that in many Marines and stuff like that, where, you know, they'll give their life for their brothers, you know, sisters. Not because they were ordered to, but because they wanted to, you know. And I'm sure you feel the same way about your comrades around you that you're serving with, that you would fight proudly beside them. And, you know, good. I'm glad, you know. But overall, no. I'm not saying that it diminishes your existence in any form. You know, those concepts of royalty in the past, where they could just, you know, just off with his head kind of thing, right? On a whim. That wouldn't fly today. The people would revolt and get rid of the last of the royalties. So that's why they don't do it. They like being nice and comfortable where they are right now. And I don't think they would just off with his head, you know. They stay pretty quiet for the most part. Nick Dumont, toy painting not manly? I guess I should stop splitting firewood for warmth. Well, no, but I'm saying like toy painting is like, you know what I mean? I you know what I mean? Like when I said I became a man, I was like, and I'm a grown man painting my toys, you know what I mean? Like, but really manhood really, I guess, would be defined as, you know, taking responsibility for your actions, for yourself, and taking responsibility for others' actions, your children, you know. So, yeah, I guess that's really becoming a man, but that's really more just becoming an adult, because, I mean, a woman faces the same things as well, right? So, at least I assume so. I'm not a woman. I can't speak for women, so I have no idea. Hydroponos, God Save the Queen? Sure. They were singing that on this side of the pond right up to, what, the 70s, I think? Ben Ellis, the royalties are just a tourist attraction here. Exactly. Sure. You know? It's not my territory, so I mean, you know, you guys do with it as you will. Old Man Logan, you must be using Vallejo Gray Primer. It is pretty light, so you have to prove a challenge. How about shading with black by spraying underneath at 45 degrees might work? Sure. I'm not sure what was the challenge. Did I miss something, Old Man Logan? Did I miss something there? Oh, he was talking about suggesting highlighting a prime old gray. Gray old? I don't know. I missed all that, I think. Ben Ellis, painting your toys, dude, living the dream. It is living the dream, and that's why I don't push it. That's why I'm not, you know, really die hard about competitions and, you know, saying, I'm number one, or I win this many golds, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? To me, that feels like ego. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure a lot of people out there, you know, they're very happily won their trophies and stuff like that, and, you know, have, like, no ego. I don't know. I try not to have an ego about things. I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're getting fed so many compliments and a lot and stuff like that, and your head starts to swell. I try to stay very humble about things like that, because I've been fortunate. I count myself very lucky to be in the place that I'm at right now, which is, when I was younger, I wanted to do this as a job, painting my miniatures, playing the game, getting paid. And when I was younger, I thought, you know, working for that Games Workshop would be awesome. That would be awesome. Until you find out what they're paid. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of crap. I think I'll get back into plumbing. You know? Excuse me. So, yeah, you know, it's just one of those things, and so I count myself very lucky, and you know, I try not to take it for granted. I try not to let my head swell. You know, you know, even with all of you guys and all the support you guys give me, I mean, you know, I try and stay, you know, and I mean, of course, I always try and give back whatever I can. So I donate my time. You know, I try and help you guys out with your painting questions, and it's why I do this show. And you know, and of course, you know, it was very reluctant, you know, when people suggested I start Patreon. I was like, ugh, I don't know. Not because of it seeming like greedy or something like that. It just, did I really need to? But then, in time, it actually has helped make this better, because it helps pay for other things, you know. So I always try to put back into this, and yeah. Hydropanos, working for Games Workshop would be awesome. Never meet your heroes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Don't ever meet your heroes, man. Oh, man. Yeah. So, I mean, I do count myself lucky. And, of course, it's because of you guys tuning in, being Vault members, supporting me. I mean, you know, you guys make this happen. And, you know, of course, and so a lot of times I feel like I've got to produce my best, especially for like the videos and tutorials, to help you guys get inspired, get fired up to paint your models to the best that you can do, and hopefully, you know, provide it in a way that it doesn't, you know, scare you off of painting. You know what I mean? Sometimes we show some complex type of things, but hopefully, you know, it doesn't scare you, and hopefully maybe it's like, oh yeah, that is kind of cool. I'd like to give that a shot sometime once I'm more comfortable with what I'm doing, and you know, the whole hand-eye thing, and you know, so yeah, I count myself lucky. I try not to let the head swell too big, and you know, because I know others whose heads have swollen, and yeah, and of course, yeah, and that's why, like I said, like I don't push this whole painting trip too hard, you know, with the competition stuff like that, and you know, with how much everybody's given me, I try and give back. I try, you know. So I'm thankful, and I thank you guys all the time. You know, it's awesome. Old man Logan, have not tried in that way, but in theory it should work. Oh, using sail paint, Corex white, primer spray. Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck they're talking about, but yeah, you guys have to fill me in later. Have to fill me in later. Let's do another email. What time are we at here? Holy man, we got 15 minutes left of the show. So let's do another email. This one is from Ben Ellis. Hello again, Monkey Lord, Overlord. Here is my attempt this week. However, next time I don't think I'll be using Techno Paints, as it got a little complacent. Kind regards, Ben. And he forgot his pictures in this email. So, let's go to this one. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to click on the picture. So, yeah, he got a little complacent with his use in the technical paints. And so, let's go. Here we go. And so, here's the pictures he sent. It's in Adeptus Custodes. I like the transitions on the blade. I like the gold, nice rich tones. Everything looks nice and clear. I can see like the details in the details of like the feathers and stuff like that. I like when I can see all that. Nice transitions in like in the wings there. I don't know if that's from shade washes or dry brushings or what have you, but really, really good work. Nice transitions on the blade there. Very cool. I think when you push it this white, I think maybe a thin glaze of Gilliman blue, just to push this back just a bit towards the blue side. Just so that it doesn't feel too white against all this gold. Because even in the light, a lot of the light will bounce off this gold, right? But whereas if this feels still very blue, you know what I mean? It'll play nicely with all that yellow gold. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I like it nice and clean. I like you got like the brighter golds picking out some of the accent details and stuff like that. Really good stuff. Nice and clean. Got all the little filigree details. Yeah, I think the blades, I think it just comes too white, especially like on this guy's blade down here. These guys are all right, I suppose. Like this here, I think I just like to see more blue, just to really kind of play with the models, you know. Really kind of draw the eye in. But otherwise, nice and clean, man. Really nice. Was that it? Oh, that was it. Aww. Whoops. Wrong button. Aww. Wait, Ben had another one, though. Yeah, there we go. Ben had another one. So let's go back to the email. He said, hello again, Monkey Lord. He just sent us like just the other day. I know this has been going on for some time now, but here's an update on the Warlord. Kind regards, Ben. So here's just a quick little update on his Warlord Titan. The one with the big wolf head that he's getting done. This is being done by Awaken Realms, I think it was. I think it was Awaken Realms that he said is getting done by. Interesting little glowing on the runes. Interesting. Like the knee pad, like the transitions in there. I mean, not really critiquing their work, I suppose, but just checking out their paint job. I mean, it's consistent with their work, which is nice and clean. They have this really nice little style where they airbrush a lot of the blends, and then they'll just give it a quick edge highlight. And I like that. It's a nice, fast, efficient way of painting, and it has such a nice, striking result. And I do applaud them for that. That's really nice. It's a fast, easy style. Ooh, look at the eyeballs are glowing. Whoa, what the heck? Holding the legs up? Was that it? Oh, I want... Oops. Shoot, I just hit download. Son of a beehive. I want to see more of the glowing eyes. Aww. Aww. Oh, well. Thank you, Ben, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Man, I mean, how long has this project been going on? Because, I mean, I seem to recall you've been sending pictures for a while on this project. How long have they had this project? And is there a due date? Is there a due date on when this Titan's supposed to be done? Because it looks like it's getting close to being done. Old Man Logan, I really like those blades myself, Ben, but Chris's suggestions are probably worth considering. Well, just to pull a bit of that white out of the ends of those blades. So, like, you know how the white goes, like it comes, here's the blade, right? Here's the point, and it transitions from like a white out to a blue. I would thin down a little bit of Gilliman blue and brush stroke from the tip back, so that you get just a slight bluing tint along that, and it pushes the blues back more blue. Gilliman blue is a nice glaze. It'll just tint that white just ever so slightly, but it'll also make all the other blues much bluer, you know? Because that really bright white on there is almost desaturating the blue. And I'd like to see more blue in there to play with that, like gold, and I think it'll become a lot more striking, I think. Ben, I think I started at the end of last summer. Whew. And is there a due date? Ben Ellis, however, nothing was done for a long time. How was nothing done? Were they just that busy? Really? Wow. Yeah, that's interesting, because, I mean, it's a lot of work. And, I mean, like, I don't know how many people are in the studio. And it is Awaken Realms, right? It's Awaken Realms. That is the studio. I think. But anyway, I don't know if, because I know, like, Den of Imagination, it seems like they have a ton of people. And I thought Awaken Realms was another big studio. There's no date. Okay, so no date, really. Wow. Just whenever they get it done. And I'm sure you're probably playing an arm and a leg for it, too. Oof. But it's going to look nice, man. It's going to look nice. War Budgies, jealous. Warlord Titan is on the bucket list. Yes. Everybody should own a Warlord Titan. I don't even play Imperial. I should have a Warlord Titan. No, they're too darn big. I'm not really that big into the aesthetics of Imperial stuff. I like Eldar. I like the Eldar aesthetics. Smooth, slender, angular yet smooth, you know? I like those. Ben Ellis, they said they were busy, but I think it was my fault for paying up front at Awaken Realms. Oh, okay. You paid up front. You paid the whole thing up front. Oof. Wow. Oh man, Logan, I'm giving you a due date, Ben. Needs to be done in time for the next Way of the Brush. I want to see it. Yeah. Ben Ellis, Titanicus ones look nice though. The ones look nice, yeah. They do. The Imperials, the stuff. Oh yeah. I mean, like I'll be when that comes out, I'll be painting Warlord Titans, and I've already got an idea on what I'm going to be painting. I've already been thinking about what I paint and how I'm going to accomplish it and what I'm going to do to make those models. Because okay, here's a hint. Okay, here's a hint. G squared. I like Eldar. Really, Kris? That's news. I already have an idea on how I'm going to paint those Imperial Titans. Because the hard part about it is scale. Right? How do we create scale? Are we going to paint it exactly the same as how we paint the rest of our models? Or are we going to paint it differently to represent that scale? Okay? Think about it. Some of you guys might already know what I'll do. Some of you might not even know. I'm probably curious on how to do it. You're just going to have to wait and see. You're just going to have to wait and see. I'm sorry. War Budgies. My problem is I play Chaos and desire to Chaosify a Warlord is strong. That'd be really cool. We haven't seen a Chaos Warlord, have we? Is there any Chaos Warlords out there? Like, based on the Forge World Warlord? Are there any Chaos versions? Ben Ellis. There will be separate options from what another YouTuber I messaged said. Leaky Cheese. There will be separate options from what other? Leaky Cheese. Leaky Cheese is the other person you messaged? I don't know. He asked them, and they said it will happen in time. It'll happen in time. All right. Usually, when you go to a service, they usually dictate either how much time it's going to take them to do a particular project, or you tell them the time that you want it by. And you know what I mean? Like, usually, it's not like you go into Burger King and go, you know what, I want a Whopper right now. And they say, you know what, you get a Whopper in about an hour. You wouldn't stand for that, would you? War Budgies, I haven't seen any. Yeah, I didn't think... Ben says Den of Imagination has a Chaos Warlord. Like the new Forge World Chaos Warlord? Really? Just finished... War Budgie says he just finished a Chaos Knight Lancer recently, and it was his warm-up. Ben Ellis, they have the custom head as well. Oh, right. And that probably took maybe a bit of time too, right? Aaron Seach, I would love to see in other races in Adeptus Titanicus, not just Horse Heresy. I would too. Oh man, that's why I'm so hopeful for this, because I'd love to see them do Eldar again in Epic. Phantom Titan. Can you imagine the little Phantom Titan, man? It'd be friggin' awesome. Orc Gargants, Stompas. Man, be so much fun. A Tau Manta. That would be like probably about yay big, right? Tau Manta wingspan, probably about that big in the new scale. Yeah. Be cool as hell, man. Be cool as hell. Yeah, it is. Oh, Ben, yeah, it says, yeah, it is the new one. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I haven't seen like the new Warlord Chaosified up. Was it like a lot of green stuff, or is it just simply the paint job? You know. But either way, I think we have one more email. No, we got two more. But what time? We got 4 minutes left of the show. Let's do one more email. One more email. Headphones. Email time. It's email time. Where is it? Oh, no. Oh, crap. Everybody's emails. Oh, crap. No. There we go. Completely messed that all up. Oh, this is from War Budgies. Here we go. Kris, or as my phone keeps trying to correct you, Kira, huh? Recently finished up the Knight Lancer from Forge World, and being a dutiful son of chaos, I had to go nuts with converting it up. I hope to catch a live show this week, but if not, enjoy and happy work.